If anyone believes that your representatives are beholden to you and not the agencies, you're mistaken.
That's right.
The agencies run the legislature, not the people. And this is the root of the problem, and the judiciary is much the same. That's the culture we have. You are not represented by your legislators anymore. Granted, the people need to respond, but it's not through giving away your rights to elect successor judges. It's using your rights to elect judges.
So, on the one, this is another cake and eat it too kind of moment here for me. On the one hand, we want contested elections like the legislature has, because that's the way to do it for the judiciary. But on the other hand, when we talk about the legislature, which we have contested elections, they're all controlled by the agencies. So again, I come back to the point, the only proposal on the table to actually do something to return accountability, make sure there's freedom of speech, empower voters with the information to know how to vote for these judges, is a system of performance evaluation and retention elections.
I want to respond a little bit to Gary, but it also goes back to something Sarah said earlier. I do believe there's retaliation against candidates who run against sitting judges and lose, but also against candidates who run for a spot and win as judge. I do believe that. But I don't think that you deal with that problem by removing elections. I mean, the First Amendment is not static. The First Amendment takes constant vigilance by the people, because if you sit still for 1 second, you may think it's a right, but you really have to get out and protect that right every day. Greg showed that with the White case. There were some interesting things in Minnesota that happened after the White case, namely trying to get lawyers who were running for judge to sign some kind of a pact that they wouldn't exercise their First Amendment rights. And there was huge pressure on people to sign that. I mean, to me, that was just crazy. But I was one of the people who stood up and said, I'm not going to sign this. I have a right. The Supreme Court of the United States just told me I have a right. And you're not going to pressure me into signing some kind of blood pact that I won't exercise the First Amendment. So I think that it's often a problem. I actually do a lot of cases for clients suing government officials for retaliation for exercise of First Amendment rights. And the judiciary should have to be just as within the law as government officials, as executive branch officials. I mean, I don't know why we could expect anything less from them. So it takes education, and it takes a cultural shift. But I don't think we do away with elections just because there's some retaliation. We should do away with the retaliation.